What'd you know? I don't know. I just hope everything's recording properly. I'm up somewhere in the mountains. Climbing up. Hi, person. Whoop. And now we're on the proper snow here. I actually thought this would be a bit more plowed, but it's not. Mostly just from views, it seems. Right now we're on the easy part, I think. And then I'll be heading up further. I don't remember that gate though. But then again, it was 2 years ago I was last here, so who knows? I don't. This feels like a weird stream to just randomly start for the first time in 2 years. And it is. But sometimes you just gotta do what you want. Right, so there's a gate here. I don't remember seeing it before. I wonder if I'm on the wrong track. I might be. I wouldn't be surprised if I were, frankly. But, well, easy enough to bypass, I suppose. And I'm coming up to something, some sorts of cottages. Yeah, I'm definitely in the wrong, area. Almost certainly. Huh. Or maybe I just misremember myself. Happens often. 2 years is a long time. It's easy to not remember. But I've also lost all of the other tracks. Yeah, I suspect I missed something further down. Oh well. I am where I am. It is what it is. An adventure! Or something along those lines. I do have a goal though, so I'd hope that I can reach it. Hi, Serenity. Welcome to the climb, which is not much of a climb right now, but we're still figuring out where we are. Or maybe we're not figuring out and I'm just lost. Could be either one, you know. I just hope it's the first one. Because I don't have monetization. I'm doing my best to not die. Well, I know the path to the next road over, which is more of a road. But I'm snowshoeing right now and walking up actual used roads. Not very fun in snowshoes, honestly. Which is why I'm taking this road in the first place. Because once I reach my goal, I might want to snowshoe a bit further as well. It's a bit of a workout though. It's more of a climb than it looks on camera. Okay. I'm seeing a path here though. Snow is lovely. I love the snow. What? Right. I'm gonna say that I'm almost certainly not on the right track, but I'm on a track, so we'll see how it goes. Woo. Now I'm sinking down quite a bit. Let's see here. Okay, this one's a bit more difficult to get over. So let's go around. Wah! Wah! And we're around. It's been getting worse here in Sweden though, in regards to that. Whew. Sorry. There we go. I'm out from under my hood right now. It's, we've been losing our winters in the more southern parts of Sweden. Just disappearing. We had like a week of snow this year on the outside in southern Sweden. That's why I've escaped to northern Sweden, where it's also less snow than it would be usually. About a third now of the snow that there was here when I was last here 2 years ago. Yeah, this sure is. Whoa! And okay, that's a bit of a problem. The snow here is not holding my weight at all. So let's see what I can do about that. Might need to turn around. That sucks. Whew. Wow. Okay, so I've walked right in between where I should be. That is there we go. Okay. So there is a path here, and I managed to walk right in between the paths. Aren't I amazing? Aren't I the best? Whew. Right, so there's gotta be like a river here or something that I missed, and Now I'm standing on the bridge, right? But I managed to step just off the bridge, and I went right through the snow. That's the thing with snowshoeing. Sometimes you can just sort of fall through. Whew. Hot and heavy work too. Right, being a bit more careful here. But, right. Now we're back on solid ground. Whew. No. I can't cut any trees actually because of Sweden's laws. Basically. I'm not allowed to cut any tree that is alive, really. Particularly not in this sort of area, which is a protected area, largely. Right. Whew. Now we're on more of a climb. Again. So usually, the heavier the climb is, the safer the area is. Because then you can see where there's like anomalies in the snow. In a very flat area, the snow can sort of build up even where it shouldn't be building up. Whoop! Ha! Snow is scary. Snow is dangerous as long as you don't know what you're doing. But the more you know what you're doing, the safer it is. Though, of course, as I've shown, I kind of don't know what I'm doing. Whew. It's been a while. Well, I climbed the opposing mountain the other day, actually. And I walked up with the main road up here to the mountain parking lot, which is like halfway up to my goal. Whew. But otherwise, whoa! Through the snow again. Right. Not sure what put me through the snow this time, though. There I just broke through, I think. This is... yeah. Whew. Now this is how you really snowshoe. Down through the snow. And so, yeah. Usually I would have expected to not go through there because I couldn't see any actual, like, problems there. This is not water. There's no stream here. Which is odd. Because on an incline like this, the snow would either be significantly dipping the entire way down, or it would be just open. But it's not. So this is an opened path, which does make it a bit weird that there's actually no tracks here. Pretty sure that I managed to miss the actual tracks that I was supposed to follow, that I was going to follow. But, as I said, it's an adventure. but I am swiftly overheating. This is heavy work, even though it's snow. Even though it's slow, rather, not snow. Whew. But it's lovely. Far away from everything. Oh, tall tree. There's not usually like very many tall trees here. We're nearing the tree line here, which means the tree stop. So even here, like, this is not a young forest. Like, this is old forest. But the trees are like this because they can't grow much taller or thicker. We're nearing, I believe, 1,000 meters above ground. It doesn't feel like it, does it? You'd think you were a lot further down, but the mountains here are the entire landscape. So let me turn around. You can see the bottom of the valley down there. That's 750 meters above ground. The very bottom of the valley. That's just how it is up here. Everything is far above the ocean. And that's part of the beauty of it. So you get very short, like, peaks above the valleys, but the actual height of the peaks is very high. Much more than you'd think. Which does make this climb a lot more reasonable than what it might have been. I'm seeing a big open empty space there. I suspect that might be where I was supposed to walk, down in that direction. Oh well. I'm on this path now. So this path is what I'm taking. That's part of the fun after all. I do believe though that we're nearing a bit of a water area here. So I might actually want to go there, to that side. Let's head in this direction just quick. Yeah, it's lovely. I'm really happy that I got the chance to be up here this year. Have a real winter. I live down the middle of Sweden somewhere, and there's no snow. There hasn't been any snow. Let me see if I can. I'm a bit tied up here now. There we go. Right, so now we're passing over a river, probably. But we were going to be forced to pass it over there anyway. And this seems like a lot safer path. So I just need to carefully tamp down the snow where I'm walking so that it holds my weight even above the water. You don't actually want to hurry in this circumstance. You want to be careful because the more careful you are in snowshoes, the safer it is. As it usually is, speed does not grant any kind of safety. especially not when it comes to snow. Unless, of course, you're like skiing or snowboarding, then speed can grant you safety because you're just too fast. But not with snowshoeing, not with walking, and certainly not with, God damn it, I don't actually know that word in English. Långskidåkning, where you largely traverse flat distances on skis. Can't remember the word at all. Oh well. Such is life. Sometimes you forget words. Okay, so I think we're coming up on the actual area where the tracks should be. I don't know if the tracks are actually out this time of year. They might not be. Yes! Cross country. Thank you. Cross country skiing. Right. You do want to go fast when you're doing that, but it doesn't really grant additional safety. Thank you, Marcher. Nordic walking is what I'm doing now. Right. Oh no, my glasses. They're getting fogged up. I'm hearing Vespas, snowmobiles, a lot. The fogged up glasses are the worst, yeah. Right, it doesn't look like this is... No, wait. I can't really see that well. Partially because of the fog, fogged up glasses, but also everything's just white. So details in the snow is hard, but it does look, in fact, as if we've gotten to the tracks. Woo! Here we are. Yeah, them's the tracks. There we go. That'll help the rest of the climb. Oh, and now we're getting a good chunk of wind, actually. That's not great. Ah well. If it wins, it wins. If it snows, it snows. So this was where we were supposed to go up. It's kind of difficult to tell further down where you're supposed to go up because there's not been a lot of snowmobiles through here. And it starts down in town, the tracks. So every road looks the same until you get to the end of the road. And then there's supposed to be tracks. And there weren't tracks. Oh well. We just did some casual trespassing. No problem. I'm joking. Trespassing isn't really a thing in Sweden. At least not outside. Whew. Right. This was a lot easier when we got down here to the tracks. Now, 2 years ago, it used to be there would be a snowmobile taxi that'd take you up all the way from down in town, which is really barely a town, all the way up to our goal where we're going. But apparently they stopped that last year, and it's only available from the end of February and forwards. I guess that's when they get more people or something, but sure makes everything more difficult now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm loving this hike, but we used to be able to just take a casual ride up and down every day up here. That's no longer the case. There is the road to the mountain parking lot, but it's not an easy road. Most cars can't really take it, especially not with the snow and ice. So up I go along the trails and through the forest. I'll probably stream the way down as well later today, but, well, that'll be in a few hours. I'll see what I do. I'm heading up for lunch now, actually. There's a absolutely lovely mountaintop cabin further up here, and they specialize in food waffles. They make them amazing. So I'm going for the atmosphere and the food. And you know what? Sometimes you just gotta climb a mountain to eat some good food. That's how it is. I've done it before, but that was much more difficult actually. I climbed a mountain in the Italian Alps. So an actual 1,000-meter climb. And at the very top of that mountain, we were served a 5-course meal, which you wouldn't think you'd get at a mountaintop, but we sure did. And it was delicious. And then we slept there. That was our stop for the night. That mountaintop cabin. And we didn't think we'd paid for supper or breakfast. We just went up there thinking we'd have to have our own little food that we brought with us, dried rations and stuff. And we get up there and we're told that included in the price is a 5-course meal. Never would have guessed. It's down by Lake Como in northern Italy. Beautiful area. Beautiful in a different way, but shockingly, some areas looked disturbingly like a Swedish forest up there. Just by the top of their forest line, there was Swedish leaf forest. Nothing but birch. Sometimes that's what you get. I'll probably do a stream like this tomorrow too, but that'll be my last day. Technically today is my last day, but I'll have most of the day tomorrow, and then I'll be heading down south again. And that's a shame. I'll miss the forest here and the snow, but needs must. Needs must. Whew. We're Looks like we're getting up to the top of the tree line, up further there. So then we're getting closer to what the Swedish fjäll are really about. Now, if I had the time and was sure of its safety, I would climb one of these mountain peaks up here. But I might just walk around one, see if we can get a proper view of what the Swedish roof of the world is like. Because once you get to a certain point here, you can't see anything below the tree line. And it's just endless white mountains, completely snow-covered, desolate and alone, forever. And on a good day, you can see forever. It's beautiful then. Now we don't have that kind of day now, unfortunately. Though I'd love to say that we did. Perhaps tomorrow. But it is as it is. It's a bit of a struggle, but almost. Oh. I thought I was hearing someone. I didn't. We're almost at the top of the tree line here. And then we're roughly halfway. No, I'm joking. Okay, I definitely heard something there. What the fuck? That's concerning. Don't want to be hearing stuff when you're up here alone. There's the sign that I wanted to find. No snow scooters. But they allow the really big ones that, I mean, they're the ones who put the tracks down here. You can't have the tracks without some sort of scooter, but you're not allowed to have, like, private single-person ones. They can be dangerous here where people are supposed to walk and do cross-country skiing. Now we've got some snow as well. Heavy clouds coming in as well, so we might get some heavy snow during the later parts of the day. And if that is the case, there's probably not going to be another stream, because that can be sort of dangerous. Heavy snow in these areas is, well, a complete whiteout. You lose track of everything. And then I'd probably have to have a chat with the owners of the cabin. See if they can get me down or let me stay for longer. So hopefully the snow's not too heavy. But we'll get there when we get there. Also, I was kind of unsure how this stream would work today, because I've never streamed on the phone like this before. Whoops, there come my fingers. And It's not the best of connections up here, but I suppose we take what we can, and we adore it. Everything looks so much further away on camera. It's not as beautiful as in person, which is a shame. I'd love to show you all how this truly was, but alas, an impossibility. Oh, yeah, that's great. You're back. I would hate to have any stutters, but as we get further up towards the goal, the stream might shut off, simply because there might not be any internet up there. There was yesterday. I had fondue up there. They've really got a nice place up there. So we did have we had a 3-course fondue meal yesterday. But I wonder if I've accidentally lied about what the stream is about. Streaming on YouTube is kind of weird. Ah, well. I'll check that later. Oh yeah. Mountains are fading off in the distance. You can barely tell that they're there. That's less than ideal. Not the roof of the world I wanted to show. Alas. Now give me a second. I need to swap my glasses, because it is getting pretty dark underneath these cloudy skies. So I gotta swap to my normal glasses. I was wearing sunglasses earlier, which you wouldn't think you'd wear in this kind of weather, but no, sunglasses are pretty essential mountaintop climbing gear, especially up here. Because even though I'm swapping to my normal glasses so that I can see, I can't actually see the tracks anymore, because you simply get a bit snowblind even when it's not incredibly bright. The eye can't acclimatize to it. And it's looking like we're getting pretty heavy snow. It wouldn't be, we'd be able to see much further. If we hadn't. Let me show you the valley that we came from. Oh. All the way down there. It's not particularly visible right here, but oops. Here we go. And now my glasses are fogging up again. Oh well. Can't avoid it. Oh, look at that. I'm seeing some people up over there. Actual people. Who would have thought? Now here, where we are, is the tree line. So it's a super fascinating little microclimate where there's a few trees where they can find spots to survive. And then in whatever little dips and valleys, that go beneath the tree line, you find a whole bunch of trees. And that's actually quite unusual in this area. Usually you would find some sort of just harsh straight line where all trees end. But here, we've got this plateau right at the tree line. So you get these small areas where trees have managed to cement themselves and spread a tiny bit in between the wastes of snow and rock. You can't even see the next peak though on the camera. That's a shame. There's a peak right over there. I was considering climbing it the other day, but it's a bit dangerous climbing the tallest peaks here during the winter. So I decided not today. Not this time. Perhaps next time. In a year or something. I'll be back. Although hopefully I will stream before then. Life happens. But I sure enjoy streaming. Even now. Simply chattering out. It's fun. I don't get to do it very often. I'm not the best at it. Certainly. I am the best at it when I'm streaming though. Out of my own not very skilled portfolio of chatter. But right. This is about as far up as we're going to get today. The cottage we're heading to is actually a bit further down rather than further up. So we're roughly at the absolute peak of today. And we're just sort of around. There's not a lot here. We've got a guy with a dog over there. You can't really see him. I don't know what kind of dog. Looks fairly large though. Whoop. The wind's starting to pick up though. So, on with my hood, and I might need to put you away soon to do up my jacket as well. If it gets too windy. We're fine right now, but well, weather can change pretty capriciously up here. One minute you've got completely cloud-covered skies, and the next, beautiful and not a cloud in sight. Something about the mountains and how they don't actually block wind and just channel it between them makes the weather pretty weird. Now let's see, we're on the hunt for a cabin somewhere around here. It can be kind of difficult to spot at first, but I think it's just down over there. further down. I think I can spot the roof, but I'm not certain. Seeing things can be pretty difficult up here. Which, pretty important to see things when you're in this sort of area, but alas, you can't. There's the person with their dog. A lady, I think, of some sort. I was hoping to mostly stay alone here during the walk, alone with you. But here we are. Calming down a little bit now. Me and the wind, both. Now you can sort of see that mountain peak and the next one over. Can you see this one though? Well, kind of. It looks so much smaller in the camera. It's funny. I never really get used to that. Everything looks so small in the camera. No matter what you do. Whoops. That was a loud sound. I'm not sure any of you heard that, but I sure did. I don't actually know how much any of you hear. I tested the microphone I'm using earlier, but it's a new microphone. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much gone now. We've gotten... yeah. The clouds are coming in, like, pretty heavily. We'll see what we get. And it's late lunchtime now, so I'm getting up to the cottage right in time to get a nice lunch. Just as I hoped. But honestly, I might make this trek again tomorrow. But earlier. See if I can't get onto the tracks at a reasonable time instead of halfway up the mountain. Yeah, exactly. Oftentimes we do get clouds like that are just down here in this mountaintop valley. Not usually down in the valley, all the way down there, but up here, pretty common that you get clouds that are just touching the ground up here. Oh, I see a couple of scooters up there. The wind's getting brisk now. It was slowing down earlier, but now we're getting a more brisk wind. Certainly. Still enjoyable and refreshing as of yet. It's not actually very cold up here, even now. In fact, most of the time, this area up here is warmer than down further in the valley because the cold air pools down there and you get the extremes of cold there during the nights. So last night it was negative 16 degrees down there, and up here without the wind we're probably at negative 4 currently. But yeah, so when the night comes and you start descending the mountains, like holy shit, as you go down further, it gets colder and colder and colder. I think it was something like a 5 or 6 degree difference yesterday when we walked down the mountain. And it was just, well, It was an experience. I've lost my cold weather gloves, actually. So I am just using like these leather gloves currently. You can't really see them, but yeah. So I have these leather gloves that aren't very warm that I'm wearing because I don't have my hot gloves, my cold weather gloves. They've gone somewhere. They came up here to the mountains with me, and then I lost them in the house, I think, in the cottage we're staying in. So it's just sort of disappeared. There we go. Well on. They're pretty good gloves, even though they're not like perfect cold weather gloves. They work pretty well. Pretty insulating. The leather helps. And they've got some nice stuff on the inside. But if it was -30 like it was last year up here, well, I wouldn't be going outside with these gloves. Now, yeah, I wasn't up here last year, but my family was. And yeah, it was -30 degrees during the day. Celsius. You get these weather spikes up here that just turn the weather around into an absolute chill. Oh, hey, wait, I don't think you can see them up there, but there are people climbing that peak. Huh. Funny how that is. I'm jealous. Oh no, I'm jealous. I also want to be climbing the mountains. Oh wow. I'm not properly equipped, and I shouldn't be doing it alone either way. But I sure would like to climb these mountains all the way up. And you can do it during the summer easily. I've done it myself a few times. It's beautiful then too. A different type of beauty. You can see the life that is hidden below the snow then. There's a surprising amount of life. I think there'd be nothing up here this far up. But even here, there's quite a lot. Wind's picking up, but it's backing us up. It's coming from behind me, which is very useful for me because I don't really have to close up my jacket. Right, but we're getting close. We should be there pretty soon. We're just heading over this little hill. And then it should be visible actually. It's not very far away. Oh, and I think we're seeing some sun over there as well. Just right now, the clouds have just cast everything into darkness. But it looks like we've got some sun over in the distance as well. Wind now. More than I was expecting coming up here. Not so much that it's not an enjoyable wind. And as I said before, it's not so heavy a wind that it actually helps me. Just enough to zap the warmth from your bones. And there, I don't believe that you can see it. Perhaps just a tiny bit, but in the distance, we've got the cottage. It's closer than you'd think, simply because everything in the camera looks very far away. But almost there. And then the stream will end, because I want lunch. But I'll pick the stream back up later if I head a bit further out from the mountain valley here, or as I head back down. Whichever is what I desire. I make no promises. Though if the skies open up and we get a nice bit of sun, I will head out through the valley a bit further. But that's not happening now. That's like in a few hours. Not with the heavy wind clouds. Just make everything a bit more interesting. Oh, we're getting snow streamers. Don't believe you can really see them. The wind is now strong enough to pick up the snow from the ground and set it falling down in that direction. It's a bit too dark. Yeah, I thought so. The wind's picking up. There, is that a bit better? I don't know if it is. Maybe like that. It is. Yeah, the wind's picking up pretty severely. But we're just a few hundred meters away from the cottage. So we should be perfectly fine, actually. Right, I'll do like this. Protect everything from the wind. I'm still fine though. The positives of the wind coming from behind makes me insulated from it. Helps me from getting overheated when I close the jacket. I'm wearing a lot of clothes beneath the jacket, so it's pretty easy to get overheated, especially since it's not actually that cold. It's the struggle you get up here when it's not very cold. You need to wear a lot of clothes because of, well, what if the temperature drops or it becomes really windy? But while it's not very cold, when you're escaping those what ifs, you get overheated. Just a personal little sauna within your jacket. The struggles of keeping the climate controlled within the jacket. Perhaps you can see the cottage now. Maybe. We're nearby now though. Not much further. Just a tiny bit until we're there. Whew. And this was a workout. Very good considering how big of a fondue supper we had yesterday. Oh. There's a couple of Vespa going back and forth a bit. They've got some other path that they're following. I don't know which one though. There's some path that they're taking. Perhaps it's slightly better. Perhaps it's just better for them. Right. I better get there pretty soon because the wind keeps getting faster and faster here. This is not... Yeah. This is not a temporary thing. This is gonna get strong. Which... Oh well. I'll survive. I'll be in the cottage soon after all. But... Oh... Those poor people up there at the mountain who are gonna be climbing now. Oh no. They're gonna be in the middle of this windstorm that's brewing. That'll suck for them. But we'll be safe at least. Or I will. Hopefully they call it quits before it's too late. Skis or something with them. I hope we'll let them get down much faster. If they're just wearing snowshoes, well, or something along those lines, they're gonna have trouble. It's gonna be rough for them. But considering they are climbing, they probably have some sort of safety net going for them. I still don't think you can see them. I can't really zoom. Oh, yeah, you can. There's a tiny little black dot, like right halfway up the mountain there. There it is. Yeah, there they are. They've sort of hunkered down for the moment. So, looks like they're keeping themselves a bit safe. Yeah. They're quite far away, so it's sort of difficult to see them. And I can't really zoom in. Well, actually, I probably can. Give me a second, and I will zoom in. There they are. That's them. The mountain climbers. Yeah. And there's the cottage. Just further down. Now you should be able to see it pretty easily. I would love to just take a straight road down there. Not quite possible. The snow here is pretty odd. Really deep and not very solid. So we gotta come up and around the cottage. Which means I'll have to walk around and into the wind, which will suck for the short time that I do that. don't think you can hear me now, right? Just a lot of wind. Yeah, we're sort of walking into the wind now. And that wind is cold. Maybe this is a bit better, I think. I'm blocking the wind from my mouth earpiece right now. It do be windy now. It sort of picked up from nowhere, actually. It was perfectly fine. And then the wind sort of picked up as we walked. But we should be past the worst of walking into it in just a short bit here. So we're also reaching our destination in just a little bit. But we're getting there. Now we're getting a bit protected from the wind. Again. It's pretty rough weather here now. It was a nice morning, but we've sort of gone from nice to storm pretty quickly. It's not storm yet, but you can feel it in the air. It's coming up. It's gonna storm. There's a few people here. There's people with weird skis. Those aren't cross-country skis. Who's coming up here with downward skis? With slalom skis? What the heck? What the heckers? Oh well. Yeah, now we're out of the wind. We've reached the safety. Huh. So here's the cabin. It's a really nice cabin, actually. We got a little side cabin now, though. I don't remember that existing. Yeah, there's a lot of just normal skis. What are people doing up here with them? That's not normal. You can't get up here with those. But here's the cabin. I'm just gonna take you out of the hut and around. It's really fine. And yeah, here we are. I'm Dish Buddy. The cabin. Oh wow. Look at that opening, oh gods. It's beautiful. Oh well. That's the end of the stream. I gotta say goodbye now or I'll be stuck. Whew. But yeah, lovely stream. Thank you all for watching. And hey, maybe subscribe. I might stream more. Hopefully I'll stream more. I don't want to get stuck and not streaming again. Bye. Okay, bye.